I'm trying to get more information from police. They are getting ready to, I think, go over and brief Scott Johnson. So as soon as he gets information, we'll bring it to you. They couldn't give us any new information right now. What we do know from talking to people who were inside, 2 men are handcuffed. One was on the inside of security, one was on the outside. It appeared, according to the people who were in there, that they were together. What was in their bags, we have no idea.
Hi, it's Melissa Rifon. How are you?
Hey, you're live on Channel 4. I understand you're on the tarmac. What are they telling you?
They're basically not giving us a lot of information other than there was a security issue in the airport.
All I've seen is literally dozens and dozens of police cars flying by here. There's actually a couple more coming right now. I mean, this is absolutely just unbelievable how many police officers have come out here, but I have not seen anybody actually allowed to get in their cars and leave. If my photographer, Tommy, if you'll go when you get a chance back over to these trees, these are all people who either work at the airport or were trying to get off their flights that are pretty much standing there trying to figure out what's going on like the rest of us. And as far as I understand, they're not allowed to go anywhere. Joy, I tell you what, these cop cars just aren't stopping. We just saw probably another 8 of them come by here flying through to the entrance of JIA. We still don't know exactly what's going on. My colleague, Scott Johnson, is in the administration building parking lot next to here. He's about to get briefed by police, and as soon as we get that information, we'll pass it along to you. But if you can see behind me, still police have the airport blocked off right now after people inside say 2 men, one was tackled. They were both arrested over a suspicious bag. This is a meeting to discuss the budget, but a lot of people are showing up to talk about changing the name of Forest High School. It's been going on for years and years, but now change.org is involved, and petitioners are very passionate about it. Tom, I talked to Linda Pham's father. He was obviously very upset, and on his way back to the hospital, he's asking for the community to pray for his little girl. Then later that day, he was watching football on the couch, went into his bedroom, and was shot to death through the door.
Haley, you also talked to the man who says he was mugged.
Jen, I just talked to him. He's the kitchen manager at Sneakers, and he says he was in the back parking lot on his way into work, and a guy came up to him, pointed the gun at him in a Freddy Krueger mask, a white shirt and khakis, and said, "Give it up." Today wasn't even that bad. The water has gone way down since this morning, but when it gets really bad, this is what they have to deal with. All this debris, this trash, they won't go through the grates into this newly completed retention pond project. Well, a local group is hoping to help clean up some of this mess this weekend. I want to show you the creek, and again, it's not as high as we've seen in the past, but do you see this drain over here? That's what's supposed to help kind of alleviate the problem. Once the water goes above the drain, it flows into these retention ponds. Let me bring you over here. There's 2 retention ponds that they've been working on, and they actually completed these projects in July, and what they do, it's not going to eliminate the problem, but it is supposed to alleviate some of the flooding problems, because as we know, McCoy's Creek, it's very low-lying, it's very prone to flooding. To actually fix this problem, city workers say, would be a huge overhaul. Rob, it's very toxic and it's very wind dependent, so I don't see any here around me right now in San Marco, but it could be built up on the other side of the river. Now, experts aren't telling people to stay out of the river, although I hope your boat has a little bit more air in it than mine does, but they're saying if you see the green gook, stay away from it. Tom, I stuck this little GoPro camera in the river, and look at all the slime that I saw. It's been really bad over the past couple months, which the riverkeeper says is pretty late in the season. She says over the weekend, she had reports of algae outbreaks in Arlington, Doctors Lake, the Ortega River, and as far south as Black Creek. And we need to do our part to make sure this stuff doesn't make us sick. Right under the surface is green gook. This is what some swim in or get dinner out of.
Every now and then I eat a fish. Every now and then.
The rest of the time, Alfonso Benjamin, who spends his afternoons fishing along San Marcos River Road, gives his catch away and plans to do that with the 3 croakers currently in his cooler. On the other side of town, the St. John's Riverkeeper puts gloves on.
Just in case there's dermatoxins, you don't want to get it on your skin.
And heads to the water's edge to sample the slime. She screws the top on tight and plans to ice it down and send to a lab in Palatka. There, experts will identify the species of the algae and whatever toxins it may carry. She says there's a nutrient pollution problem that stretches across the state and needs to be controlled.
If you use too much fertilizer on your yard, if you fertilize during a rain or right before rain, those excess nutrients wash off into the storm drain and they come to the St. John's, and that leads to nutrient pollution, which causes these green algae outbreaks.
The outbreaks can be harmful to humans, fish, and wildlife.
When you see green slime like this, you don't want to touch it. You don't want to eat fish out of it. You want to stay away from it.
If you don't, it could lead to skin, respiratory, or even liver problems, depending on the species and toxicity of the algae, which isn't always easy to see in the water.
The wind will turn it up and sometimes pull it under, and so the algae may be present even if you don't see it on the surface. They can be mixed into the water column.
Benjamin may not eat his catch, but he doesn't plan on leaving this chair anytime soon.
I'm gonna come down here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and fish. I love fishing, so that's it.
If you see algae bloom, report it to the river keeper so she can document it, because the more she knows about these outbreaks, the more she can do about it. Now, you can take pictures, but don't touch it. You can contact the river keeper by going to stjohnsriverkeeper.org. We also found a lot more talent. In particular, you know, we're doing the hidden talents thing this year. Finding somebody on the football team who has something that they can do off the field. Well, this time I ran into a guy named Alex Richardson. He plays the offensive and defensive line on the team, senior, and I'll tell you what, this is every high school girl's dream guy.
What will you do when you get lonely?
For me, it's a way to get away from it all. Anything that's on my mind, I can just go to my guitar and like just try to express that emotion like through what I'm playing. You know, you really find yourself when you can put your thoughts into music.
Layla, got me on my knees, Layla. Begging, darling, please, Layla.
When I was about 10 years old, my dad started getting me into classic rock and, you know, stuff like that. I loved Guitar Hero.
Tried to give you consolation. Your romance had brought you down.
I want to be a mechanical engineer.
Like a fool, I fell in love with you. You turned my whole world upside down.
Paxton, watch out, we're coming for you tonight. I'm so mad about last year.
Got me on my knees, Layla.
And picked a song that I know.
I'm so glad.
Very nice. So talented, but obviously smart here as well.
Oh, incredibly smart. You know, this is obviously the Brain Bowl. Well, I put them to the test today to see just how smart they really were. It's called the Battle of the Block, Orange Park at Oakleaf. And this year, the Knights are determined to dominate the duel. They were off to a pretty rockin' start with 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. And they have a ton of support on the sidelines and in the stands. These are the Nightmares, and they're pretty intimidating. Watch their rendition of a roller coaster. Their other claim to fame is the duck call, in honor of their superstar running back, #1, Aaron Duckworth.
We've all grown up with him. He's played football for the high school for all 4 years since a freshman. He's in the senior class with us. He's going to University of Alabama at Birmingham. We support him 100%. He's been here for us 100%. And so the duck call really is just all for Duck.
His parents couldn't be more proud.
I like all the love they show. I like it.
This is probably the most fun I ever have all of my life, so I'm just very happy to be here and cheer him on. So he's doing a great job.
This has got to be one of the most fun football Fridays on 4. Dancing with the color guard, rocking with the band. I don't want to work, I just want to bang on the streets all day. And hanging with the Nightmares. Oakley, you know how to do it. What a night. The show is just going on, and a man just came outside and said he needed earplugs. He said it wasn't from all the loud music, it was from all the girls screaming. His son, who was probably about 3 years old, said, "I've had enough, I'm going to bed." The girls inside, they've got the fever, and the only prescription is more Bieber. It was a dream come true. 15-year-old Sarah Crable got a free backstage pass to see the love of her life.
I'm overwhelmed. I can't believe it. Oh my God.
Hyperventilation is a common side effect for Justin Beliebers.
Do you guys have the Bieber fever?
Yeah, definitely.
How does it feel?
I have a fever right now.
You look a little hot.
Yeah.
Low flushed. It's a diagnosis only the love doctor can cure.
I love you, Justin Bieber.
I love you too, Justin Bieber.
What do you love the most about him?
Well, his singing's really good, and he's cute.
He's very hot.
I love Justin Bieber!
How much do you love him?
Like, all the way around the world a million times.
Oh my gosh, I love Justin Bieber. He is perfect. His smile, his eyes, oh my gosh, I love him so much.
Drove here from New Jersey.
For this concert? Why?
Because I love him.
And they had plenty of tunes to keep themselves occupied for the week-long trek down the coast to see the Biebs rock out and maybe even get to meet him. Just what the doctor ordered. You want to give him a hug?
Yeah.
Practice? I think she's ready for backstage. The Biebs is still on stage right now, but when he gets off, I'm sure a lot of girls are going to come out of there shrieking as long as they didn't faint from too much Bieber fever. Reporting live at the Jacksonville Arena, Hailey Winslow, Channel 4, the local station.